Okay, hi everybody. So I am doing a screencast right now for this interactive game that I like to use in the classroom. We're looking at a first grade classroom and we're looking specifically at the standard about number sense and learning about two-digit numbers and place value. What we want the students to understand is that a two-digit number is made up of groups of tens and groups of ones, and that the tens digit is the number of groups of tens, and the ones digit is the number of groups of ones. So I found this game on ICT Games, and I like this first game called Shark Numbers. We are going to pick to use the blocks because that's what we use in the classroom, so the students are already used to it, which makes it a lot easier for them. They're not going to be frustrated by the game at all, and I like it a lot. What I really like about this site is I can customize it for my students' level. So if my students are just beginning, we can start with only up to 29. So they're not dealing with huge numbers that scare them or anything like that. Once they get comfortable, we bump it up to 59 or 99. And if I need to challenge a student, because really in first grade all we need to focus on is two-digit numbers, but if I want to challenge my student, I could give them up to a three-digit number, up to 999, and they could be challenged a little bit. And that would enhance their learning. So I'm going to click 29 because that's what most of my students will do at first. So I look at it and I see a group of tens. I see one group of tens and I see 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of ones. So I know that that's 14 because I had one group of tens, 1, and 4 groups of ones, the 4. What I love is I get that immediate feedback with the dolphin across the screen. I know I got it right away. So say I'm looking at this one and I didn't really pay attention and I clicked 1. I also got that immediate feedback about the shark biting my boat and getting it wrong. But I don't just move on. I get to try again with the exact same numbers in the exact same places. So I just try again. I see one group of tens, one group of ones, that's 11. That immediate feedback about the dolphin coming across the screen is so useful. I love that it is designed specifically towards this standard that we have to work towards in first grade. So I could use this as a supplemental tool in the classroom. Perhaps it's part of a group of stations, and one of the stations, they get to use our computers in the classroom and play the game for a little while. I could put a link to it on my class website, and the students could play it at home. I could assign it as homework, and the parents have to sign off and say they worked on it for 30 minutes or something along those lines. Or the students could just use it as extra help if they're struggling with the topic, or if they want the extra help before an assessment or anything along those lines. Also, if I had a sub, I could have the students, like I said, because we're lucky enough to have those computers in our classrooms, the students could be working on it for the lesson for the day. It keeps the kids engaged because of that immediate feedback and because these bubbles are floating around. Like, how can you not pay attention to bubbles floating around on your screen? And the shark and the dolphin coming across your screen. And kids, if they are engaged in the topic, they are interested, they're learning, and they're going to work harder at it and pay closer attention and learn better. They're using that knowledge that they learn in our classroom to complete the game, which I think is really cool, and I really hope you guys are able to use it as much as I do.